So there's code on screen and timestamps available. Pause if you want to look at them because, or if you want to skip forward with timestamps because I need to explain basically the two new lines. I'm going to highlight the two new lines, which are preparation items and preparation skip UI. I added the rest of the code above just to put it in context with where it is in the Ito file. And yes, I did change the name for my own sanity's sake, but otherwise, as we explain preparation items, essentially this is the vanilla way that you would grab items from the prepare action introduced in perm. I had to slow down to make sure that it all made sense. So when you normally hit prepare, and that's why I've added preparation skip UI, yes, you get an event, I'm doing air quotes in real life, that allows you to hit a button and you get your prepare item. For base characters, it's usually something specific to themselves, like Miku has the guitar, but in this instance, because I wanted to showcase perm mechanics, I added the possibility to get a brick and a ritual mask. I've tested these out, these work, and they should work, and if anything breaks, that's going to be weird. Otherwise, preparation skip UI is going to be something that's featured for the next episode as well, because this controls basically more perm things you can do. So with perm, if you enable skip UI, you essentially allow yourself to customize the prepare action for whatever your character may need. One very good example exists for a character that uses perm. I've showcased her on this channel before, but this is how you would basically give more to a custom character through perm. But for now, we're just going to use it to showcase, hey, if you just want to get the simple form set up where you give them an item like the base characters and something other than the wooden bat, the energy drink, or the bandage, then yes, this is how you would do it. So instead, you could just make this one item like the guitar, and you would just get the guitar for Nurse Miku. But otherwise, I wanted to add again the brick and the ritual mask for the purposes of showing what would happen when you do this, again, pretty much in its simplest form. But otherwise, we're going to go right in. So I don't get to really showcase all of those items because by the next episode, I will have used skip UI to 1. I will set it to 1 so that we can start making do with other things. So that's the mistake I made in my, well, now lost recording as we get Yogatech medical history, because I tried to do all of the preparation perm. I tried to use all of those lines of code, and I figured it was better to split them into 2 episodes at minimum. So, without further ado, I forgot what backstory I was on. I'm just going to say 7th Curse, and I know I'm on Yogatech, so yeah, off we go. So for timestamp's sake, as we get to Yogatech 7th Curse, really it's just the, but by the first minute or two, you'll see the effects of the new lines of code I added for Nurse Miku, because again, you would likely set this for each custom character. So as we get Dexterity, Takushi-san, Charisma, second Mystery, Light check, and maybe a second Encounter check. Yeah, by the time I hit Prepare, assuming I do enable it, it should usually at base be enabled because, well, you're not going to send anything else. But if we were on an exquisite taste run, then yes, I would have to force it because usually I would leave rest. But I'm shrugging in real life. Usually you should have rest and prepare available. Akamanto, ramen, I also cycled through the mystery, so we now have frogs, and we now have handkerchiefs. So handkerchief, mermaids, frogs, ramen, and Akamanto. So we're going to save Akamanto for later. I don't remember frogs or handkerchief, so shrug, right? But we'll do our best. So we're going to hit prepare here, and you'll see that we get a brick instead. Usually base Miku gets a guitar, but I added again the possibility of getting a brick or a ritual mask. All 3 of those are not game-changing. In fact, I think the guitar, I was going to say brick for some reason, the guitar is the weakest of the items in my current possibilities, but again, just to show that if you at least want to get a custom character with, you know, base prepare, maybe they're not a complicated character that you want to make for perm specifically. Again, I need to keep noting that. Then yeah, you can just enable, you can do what I did for this video and just have, you know, you probably don't even need to add the skip UI code. Again, I just wanted to add it in this episode so that you know what we're going to be getting into by the next episode. And if nothing else, showing, oh my goodness, almost 0 charisma, by the way. Yeah, showing it at 0, which means you're not going to do anything special, and then to 1, where you are going to skip, because what happens if you skip the prepare action with 1 is that you don't get anything, basically, with the prepare items line of code. So, had to check if that was actually the name, even though it's a whole showcase. Nice 12 roll, by the way. 1 charisma, roll 12. But yes, to reiterate one more time, the primary reason you would want to use the code that I'm using for this episode is if you're not going to add anything specific in particular to the prepare action. If you are, then well, yeah, you would probably leave a preparation skip UI. You would probably switch preparation skip UI to 1, and then you will do what I will likely add in the next video. So, yeah, not really much else to say there. It's here I remember that I'm on 7th curse, so we do have a syringe, so it's not too bad. End of sentence. So I guess this is kind of more the filler slash side commentary portion of the video, where basically I think I had to take a figurative sledgehammer to my plans, and yeah, I'll have to rethink what I'm doing for the next month or two. So I did want to do something for Halloween. I think I've always failed in that regard for the past 2-3 years at minimum. So yeah, it's up to me to figure out what I want to do. We also still have frostbite. I should have taken care of that. I did not. So whoops. Unless I got that after I visited the doctor's office for the first time. But yes, I have to take a figurative sledgehammer to my planning because without spoiling anything, I realized that it was not really great. She got this. April? But we're in May. Anywho, yeah, we'll see what I actually choose to do. It's not set in stone yet, but it's looking very likely that I have to swerve once more, which is not something that I want to do. The reason for that is because I've basically swerved off projects before. There are a few that I'm still holding on to, but I haven't been able to touch for the last pretty much month because I have been busy trying to do other things. And doing other things. So, yeah. We finally get our stack of mayhem, by the way. I just realized that. So, yeah. Even with I thought Wirtz does something else. Or I might be thinking of a different mystery. But anywho. We'll actually fight this so that we can actually fight something. Is this our second encounter, by the way? No, I haven't fought anything yet. So, funny enough, this is my first encounter. Big, tanky boss, but it only does 1 doom damage, so it's not so bad. In fact, if the brick will help, it'll depend on how many of these attacks we hit. Actually, no, we don't need to throw bricks here. Yeah, 1 doom is something I can deal with. In fact, because there's 1 doom, I should probably do this. So, we're going to fish for the ghost ritual while we're here. And let's hope that I, to some extent, remember how to do the tree. I mean, you're supposed the flowchart for learning the ritual is more a more practice and logic, but yeah, it would probably help to have the tree here. Actually, I shouldn't have even done that sequence because I knew it was not that. So I am just going crazy right now. There are 3 claps, that I know for sure. So 3 claps here, question mark? Because now I don't know the possible things. Again, it's 1 doom. If I sit here for another 5 doom, I don't really care. Now that being said, so the clap in the middle is correct, question mark? No, I'm probably just going crazy. I am going crazy. So we're gonna do this and see what happens. At this point, I'm kind of guessing, or I am guessing, sorry. Oh my sweet goodness. Is the clap in the middle the one that's right? That means that this would be the ritual, but didn't I already try this? I'm going crazy. Well, I am going really crazy, so we are going to... I should probably just logic myself out the door, so we are going to just do... Never mind, I can't do that, I realized, so... there's something I haven't tried yet. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. Clap, clap, bow, bow, clap. I am basically just brute forcing at the moment. Oh my sweet goodness. There are 3 claps, right? I have to do this again now to find out. Yeah, there are. I'm just going crazy. So, I should probably just add 1 bow then, just to see what happens here. So, I know that there are 3 claps. That clap was in the right place. So, the first one is a clap. If I want to just keep going crazy... no, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to move 1 bow over and over again. So, okay, it's clap, bow, something, something, and there are 2 claps in between. Boy, oh boy. Okay, well, I know it's not clap, bows alternating. Is it clap, clap, bow, bow, clap? Let's find out. If it's not that, then it has to be the other thing. Okay, yeah, clap, bow, bow, clap. Now we can actually get out of this encounter. Oh, goodness. The reason why I'm doing what I'm doing here is because, well, on top of just getting the ghost ritual, it's because I know that by the time we reach the 3rd mystery, we'll probably be around 40%, which is actually still par for the course, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna option select it. I didn't need to do that, but I didn't want to take any more Doom, so... As we hibiki our way out, we can finally take Akamanto. Yeah, we do have Akamanto as well, so our Doom is actually a lot lower than it is at the moment. That being said, again, we don't want to push our luck. 10% Doom is a lot, but it's... if you're going crazy and just somehow increasing your Doom a whole lot, or Yogateg is stalking you, then that can quickly result in bad things. So while we're here in Akamanto, gotta remember that we want to keep our stamina relatively high because of the 3 stamina we take before the boss fight, pretty much near guaranteed. I mean, if you're going for ending A, sure, but I think it's harder. I think you still will, on average, take more damage to ending A. Also, we have the Ghost Ritual, so we might as well take our thing for this. Why are we taking less damage again? Anywho. Is that our first syringe proc, by the way? Might actually be that. And I think that Afraid of Dentist Ghost is our second encounter, and if it's not, well, we'll deal. So, off we go. So yes, I didn't need to throw... In fact, I should have thrown the brick at Akamanto here. I'm just going a bit crazy, but... We've already thrown the brick. I can't undo that. Until we get a custom item that just gives us bricks for whatever reason. But that's just me thinking off the top of my head, as I'm also just trying to move on. So, yeah, I think we just go full throttle here with an attack boost in between. With 2 attack boosts in between. So we have 192%, and again, relative 80-ish, 82-ish% to get out in 2 turns. Corpse Dust, Eldritch Fluid. So at this point, I don't care about luck, so we're going to Corpse Dust our way to getting experience. Otherwise, we store this bottle of water for the moment. And take out more Eldritch Fluid. Eldritch Fluid is the throw, right? I never remember my own 2 for some reason. Yeah, it is the one that you throw. Check the boxes, because maybe cigarettes, question mark? But we didn't. Might even be able to just one-shot Akamanto here. Otherwise, we are going to throw 1. What can I do with this turn? I can brace and try to not use the handcuffs. Do I dare? What do I get from this? Not enough, actually. So 17 HP, throw Eldritch Fluid, and yeah, no. So, we can still take a gamble here. If we hit all 3, we get to handcuff. If we don't, we take 3 all in the face, but that's a risk that I'm probably going to take there. And effectively, 54% Doom will keep the Crestfallen Mask on us at the moment. And I should really actually do some juggling here, so I can get some more stamina for free. So, take a bath, recover stamina, get experience actually. Can I get Adrenaline? Thank you. First Aid would also be nice, but I've made my choice. So, store the bottle of water again, take out the Eldritch Fluid, sorry, Weird Substance, and off we go. Yeah, Ramen Mermaids, take Mermaids. I like taking Ramen last. That's your base World of Horror advice, being redundant advice for the day. And the reason for that is Ramen is usually relatively nicer, even though the downtown area does have its share of, does have its few enemies that you don't want to run into. It far beats a mystery where you go into the forest, take a bite of your own HP from an event, and then fight, you know, I don't know, just... I think there are at least 2 bad enemies. Again, you could argue the same for the downtown area, but I feel the events in downtown are not as bad. You can't get sucked into an otherworldly location and get frostbite. You can't just see a hunter's jacket and lose 2 reason. You can't just go into the village and lose 2 reason again because of just what you're looking at reads, so on and so forth. But again, at the same time, there are a fair share of bad events as well in the downtown area, I think. Anywho. Yeah, Adrenaline's pretty nice. That's the moral of the story here. So, we could actually fight this if we wanted to. I'm not going to, but we're going to sit here for the moment. So, we want to wait until we lose some reason. So, we're not going to notice the face because that's Doom. We're instead, funny enough, going to take the burns. Yeah. So, off we go. Just really quickly, because this is a custom character, they don't by default have the burns graphic. You could add it through Pern, I'm pretty sure. But yes, yeah, and at the same time, base Miku does have a burns graphic, so Just wanted to explain that for anyone who didn't happen to know. Anywho, again, I still am waiting for Reason to fall a little bit before I equip the Crestfallen Mask. If we can't wait, then so be it, but yeah, we're trying to lose some Reason. That being said, we also have Doomed already, so we actually need to lose more Reason than expected, but yeah, that'll do. So we lowered Doom, and we lowered Doom some more. 67% Doom. No memes here. So, and then we have weird stuff. We have a lot of healing. It's Doom that I should be afraid of here. Period. Also, you got that, but usually that's not going to present much of an issue. Again, it's just me primarily hurting myself through Yogatag, so yeah. Anywho, let's take the Reason hit, and we should be completing this in a moment. We won't need the extra, so I could throw away 2 items here, but there's not really any reason to. We will be leveling up no matter what anyway. In fact, can we throw this weird substance? Yeah, that does 3 damage, and then we just do this. I should actually have it do 1 damage for the sake of kind of balance, but and the logic behind that is because it's a healing item, it doesn't do as much damage, or I'm not going to make it heal an enemy. That would be a little bit too much, I feel, but And we'll take this empty bottle out so we can fill it again, hopefully, unless we lose the bath here. And off we go. We don't even have the 6th floor, so we don't even have the second encounter check, which I remember is the Afraid of Ghosts encounter. I actually remember the name. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter because we don't have the 6th floor, but that's RNG for me. So, and my own brain. It shouldn't be RNG because you should be able to remember it anyway, but meh. I think Takshisan is here, but again, it doesn't matter anymore because we're just gonna... We have so much healing and we have a high damage potential, so... Shrug. Otherwise, yes. Again, I could have added something. So at the same time, I forgot to note this. I probably should have noted it earlier. I'm going to note it now. Is that with the thingamajiggy, with the prepare items perm code, you can actually give yourself perm items as well. Or perm, yeah, perm items primarily. Yeah, it's only items. So if you make an item through perm, you can have it given. You can give it to the custom character. But at that point, it's half and half whether or not you're going to just give the item or actually just add in a custom prepare event, which is primarily what perm is setting you up for when we introduce the 2 lines of code later on. I forgot which one I took. I want to say it's handkerchief. Yeah. So yeah, again, not really much else to explain until we reach the next episode, in which I will show you, because that also means I have to prepare an event as well. I did have one prepared. I didn't think it was good enough either, so shrug. But yeah, without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!